Thank you very much. Good evening. Thank you, Abdullah, for an excellent and challenging speech. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. When in search of trade, we reached the end of land and saw in front of us only water, we didn't turn back. We didn't go home. We used the greatest gift which has been given to us, our intelligence, and we built the boat. Technology in action. When the sun became too hot in the sky and there was no trees nearby, we used our brains to weave cloth into tents and canvases to give our own shade. When we couldn't dig quickly enough to farm crops for our children or to distribute them to feed people, we harnessed the power of coal, water, the ingenuity of the crankshaft, and we created engines that gave us all of the power that we needed. We have been using technology for millennia, and we've been using technology to multiply the power of our strength and our endurance and our physical speed. But today's problems are not about physical power or physical speed or physical endurance. We don't need more trucks and engines. Think of the modern trader. If I manufacture goods, I have no problem in getting the raw materials and shipping the goods to where they need to go. I have plenty of power. But today, I need to think about the needs and the desires, not of a few hundred customers in my town, but millions of customers across the globe. Thousands of suppliers with different currencies and different laws, transacting in different time zones, all of the time being concerned about the impact my business is having on the environment. I don't need technology to give me more physical strength. I now need technology to help expand my mind and my brain. We are truly living in the information age. Now, we are already some decades into the age, and we can start to see what are the characteristics of leaders within the information age. And we see the leaders treat information and its parents, data, as if it were gold. The leaders in the information age around the world are collecting data carefully and assiduously wherever it can be recorded. And then they curate that data. They manage that information in such a way that it can be retrieved quickly when needed by those who need it. And they think carefully about that. The leaders around the globe in the information age keep their information secure. It is as gold. It is as gold to them, and it could be as gold to those who wish to do ill. And so it must be kept secure. Very often, the data and the information actually belongs to somebody else. And there is therefore an even greater responsibility to ensure it is entirely secure, free from any possible breach, free from any possible exposure. But the leaders of the information age do one more thing. They sift this information. They sift it continuously, again and again. And when more data arrives, they sift again. They use machine intelligence and analytics to sift and sift, looking for patterns patterns of behavior that resulted in an outcome. What went in, what came out. Is this pattern appearing again and again? Because in the shadows of the recent past lie the best decisions for the near future. If we can use patterns from the past and in our data to make a better decision and a better prediction, will this product or that product be better? Would this country or that country to expand in be better? Would this supplier or that supplier be better? Every time we make a better decision, we save time, effort, and money, which would have been wasted on a bad decision. In data to information, patterns, decisions, prediction, and the reduction of waste. Oracle is one of the oldest children of Silicon Valley. I would love to say one of the wisest, but perhaps at least somewhat of experienced children of Silicon Valley. We've been working for 47 years with organizations, helping them collect, curate, and sift informations. We've been working with organizations around the globe, innovative organizations, leaders in the management and understanding of information data. Leaders like Saudi Arabian Railways, who are using and collecting information to improve the ticketing and travel experience across the kingdom. We've been working with companies like Zamel, leaders in that most exciting industry sector, construction. The construction sector is undergoing the most seismic changes owing to digital technology. Every step of the chain, from the concept of a construction to placing the bricks in the wall, possibly using robotic automation, every step will be digitized. We're working with Zamel and also the Ministry of Municipal Rural Affairs, working together with them, understanding their information, again, to spot patterns where we can improve processes and efficiency and save time, and therefore put that to more innovative opportunities. This is happening today within your organizations. Is it easy? After 47 years, what do you think, Oracle? Is it simple? Can we turn the switch on digital transformation? Can we embrace everything we've seen tomorrow and just make it all happen? Of course, it's not that simple. These are sophisticated endeavors with great potential returns. We must seek those with foresight, those with fortitude, but above all, what we need in order to succeed in this information age is partnership. That is the biggest learning of 47 years in information technology. Partnerships. Oracle applauds MCIT and the LEAP initiative. Oracle applauds MCIT and the LEAP initiative for many reasons, but perhaps above all, for providing organizations like ours a platform on which we can form new partnerships and extend existing ones. Because it is through these partnerships that we will be able to meet the challenges that we all face across the globe and are so well enunciated in Vision 2030. Sustaining our planet, caring for one another, our growing populations, and of course, none of this is possible without a vibrant economy. We are, in all likelihood, the first generation to truly understand that many of our resources are in fact finite. And we applaud the desire for net zero 2060 from Saudi Arabia as ambitious but realistic. We do believe that technology can help us reimagine not only new ways of creating energy, but also ways of conserving that which we have. And again, using patterns to make optimal predictions so we waste less time on things that aren't going to work. For example, there are millions of supply chains around the world from organization to organization. How much inefficiency is in these supply chains? How many trucks going in the wrong direction, half empty? We can optimize supply chains and save literally millions and millions of tons of carbon dioxide. We are working in projects with sensors inside machinery and inside equipment and buildings so that we can ensure that that equipment is kept to optimal conditions. It's serviced on time so that it's always as efficient as it can be. How many brake pads and tires are thrown on the waste heap because of an arbitrary service interval? Service it, replace it every 6 months. With sensors, we can start to understand when parts really do require to be replaced and replace them only then. Oracle has its own aims. We aim to be completely net zero by 2050 across all of our organization. And for our data centers, for example, in Jeddah, to be net zero by 2025. We see that as a very important part of our role, as well as optimizing thousands of organizations' supply chains to be more effective. We're also working with innovative organizations. In agriculture, for example, between 20 and 40% of crops across the globe are lost owing to pests and disease. We're working with innovative organizations who use drones to collect huge quantities of video footage. And they use that to spot patterns, patterns of movement, patterns of behavior. We did this, that happened. We did this, that happened. To give optimum artificial intelligence advice to the minimization of disease. The same technology can be used in oceans and is being used in oceans. We can use it in the Red Sea to make sure that we can track plastics in the ocean and recover them. Many years ago, in the distant, native to me highlands of Scotland, my beloved sister-in-law was struck by a dreadful disease. The local tiny hospital, with only one doctor in it, struggled to understand what the disease was and therefore how to offer a cure. The disease was progressing so quickly we couldn't take her to a larger hospital, and anyway it was a long way away. My wife and I visited her, distraught. But we were most saddened by the fact that the doctor was not by her bedside. The doctor was almost nowhere to be seen. But we needn't have worried, because even those many years ago, the doctor was hunched over a computer screen. He was in touch with specialists from every corner of the globe, and he was sifting patterns of data, of symptoms, seeing if they would match the symptoms of my sister-in-law, and therefore enable him to suggest an outcome and a cure. He did so. And the information he got and the patterns he saw saved my sister-in-law's life. In Oracle, we're working with the Tony Blair Institute for Global Change to try and bring technology to help not just individuals, but entire populations with therapeutic record systems, medical record systems, and vaccination record systems being offered philanthropically across the globe. A healthcare management system which began in use in the United States for the COVID vaccination program there has been offered to many other countries. Any leader will tell you you must always remain one step ahead of your opponent. It has never been more true than with our opponent of today, COVID-19. We find ourselves now in a situation where it is essential that we identify new variants when they occur as quickly as possible. whether they occur in the fields of England or the deserts of Southern California, the faster we see the emergence of a variant, the more quickly we can begin the process of manufacturing vaccines against it, and if necessary, take public health action in the restriction of movements. We need early warning radar to be able to identify the emergence of variants. We're delighted to be using our technology in conjunction with the University of Oxford and many other researchers to have created a global pathogen analysis system. This conducts the electronic jigsaw, the digital jigsaw of genome sequencing and variant identification, using cloud technology in minutes when it used to take weeks. Through this capability is the possibility of an early warning variant detection system. None of these aspirational concepts of better healthcare for all and a more sustainable planet would be possible without a vibrant economy. And we, after 47 years in the business, believe that information technology has a huge role to play in enabling vibrant economies. We praise and applaud the Vision 2030 and its stress on vibrant economies. We would like to take part in all sectors, and I hope that we do, but perhaps just in 1 minute closing, I could mention one sector that I'm particularly close to. I am very keen indeed to bring my family to Saudi Arabia in the coming weeks and explore the tourism opportunities. And we've been working closely with the Tourism Board. Again, they've been using our software as a service, platform as a service, integration as a service, in order to try and ensure that all of their processes are as smooth as possible for forthcoming visitors such as me. And we're working with Saudi Ground Services, an organization, of course, that makes sure that once I'm here, I'll be able to move as smoothly from one place to the other as possible. I hope in these few minutes, I've given you a glimpse into the work that we, one of the oldest children of Silicon Valley, have been doing, partly around the world, but a lot here in the kingdom also. We are committed to making every partnership a success and investing to ensure that it is. In Saudi Arabia, we have already invested in a major data center in Jeddah, which has been active for 2 years, providing computer power, and a second one to be made available as part of the NEOM project. Perhaps more importantly, however, and very close to my heart, we're engaged in the most crucial of activities for the future: the training and enablement of the future workforce. I'm seriously excited about supporting the next wave of the Saudi workforce and entrepreneurs through collaborations, already with leading organizations, workforce development and trainings, youth readiness programs with MISC, Ocean X, and other educational institutions. If you aspire to a career within the information sector, I advise you please visit the Oracle booth. Come and talk to us about careers in that arena. This kingdom has a long history of exploration and travel, and venerable history. As any explorer will know, of all the things you must remember to take along, the most important is a partner, a colleague, preferably one who has perhaps traveled part of this road before, perhaps one who is at least familiar with this kind of terrain, but most importantly, a partner who will stick through thick and thin. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Oracle's Corporation and our great pleasure and our humble honor to look forward to partnering with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in its most exciting of journeys into the future. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Thank you.